Hello, my name is Linda Vero, and I'm on the board of directors of the Santa Rosa Symphony League. And a little over a week ago, our league hosted our first in-person fundraiser. And we certainly want to thank everyone who bought tickets and supported this great effort. Now, as you view this video, it's my hope that you'll linger for a few seconds. I think, probably about 24 seconds, and take a moment and view our beautiful closing images. And now, let's join the party. Okay, just panning the room. We have a full house today here at our first Santa Rosa Symphony League in-person fundraising event. Hi there. So, I am running a little late, so I need to take my seat. So I'll catch you later.
Wendy Silman with us. She's the Director of Music Education. So glad you're with us. While I have Wendy, I want to tie in with you two ladies over here. Jen Smith and Jubal Garcia, if you could please stand up. They are both parents, proud parents of young musicians. And Jen Smith on the right is taking over one of our board jobs, which we call the web mistress. And she stepped in thanks to Wendy's intervention, advertising over there. We're just so thrilled because the rest of us, if you haven't noticed, are of an age where you could trust us with a computer much more than send a simple email. So anyway, we're really thrilled you're going to be with us. Thank you so much.
The board of directors are converging because we are in the process of doing an installation of our new board members. Some of them have been on the board for several years, but they are going to be leaving certain jobs on the board of directors and taking on new and different responsibilities. I'm trying to get everybody in here.
I'm going to start with support services. Beth Holden and Terry Stark.
I'm trying to get
They're not here. Okay. Barbara Mosley. You are going to be Vice President of Music Education. Do you accept these responsibilities?
This year, I just want to give a quick rundown on when the pandemic occurred. I was kind of wondering what that meant, and really took my cue and our cue as a lead from Alan and Francesco, who just kept, it seemed like they just went right along, and you can hear something about that from Alan, but it's been so impressive and makes me feel so proud to be part of this group.
This really has been a remarkable year, more than any I can remember. And on one hand, I think it'll be something we'll all remember well and hopefully never repeat again. And I harken back to literally a year ago, June, where I was at, where the symphony was at. And, we have prided ourselves on responding to traumatic situations. 9/11, the Tubbs fire, the Kincaid fire, the power outages, Hurricane Katrina. And we responded in a way that speaks to the core of the Santa Rosa Symphony and what we do best, which is bringing people together, right? And bringing people together and let them feel the healing, inspiring joy of the music that our orchestra and our conductors perform. But this COVID pandemic brought a different kind of traumatic circumstance, because the very core of what we're about was not a good thing, right? Public gathering was the last thing you wanted to consider when COVID hit. And just to show how much unexpectedly things happened, it was March 17th when overnight we all went remote. All the staff went remote, and I had to cancel 8 of the remaining concerts of last season.
I'll first of all say I learned a new word this year, and I still remember it. It's luthier. And luthier, a luthier, is a person who makes violins. When we were approached by Andrew Carruthers, he came to us with the most amazing idea, and I think everybody got on board. Everybody got very excited because his proposal was to create a violin out of locally sourced materials. And I don't think a lot of violin materials generally come from Sonoma County. So it was his project start to finish, and we were just happy to kind of go with the flow. I don't think that we did all that much in actuality, but I think that the project was so important and so wonderful. The Redwood Violin, as it is called, had its debut recently at the Young People's Chamber Orchestra concert, and it will be featured, as far as I know right now, I think next March, if Francesco is still doing it, it will be played at one of the symphonies, featuring local artists. So how wonderful is that? Anyway, I can read this to Andrew. Well, I'm sorry. Lynn, would you come up for a second?
I'm over here.
No.
Okay, I'm coming.
Stay right where you are. I'll just read what this says. For conceiving and crafting a beautiful violin from locally sourced materials and for presenting his labor of love to the Young People's Chamber Orchestra, we give you the Extra Mile Award. Okay, now since I'm president, I can give an award to my very own father. And John Biphart, can you hear me? He's missing a hearing aid. Things are challenging. But I told him ahead because I didn't know if he'd hear me give him the award. My dad has kind of supported the Sing-Along Messiah for the last several seasons with a very generous check that has allowed us to kind of underwrite the program, and it's been a significant contribution to us in terms of funds that we were able to, our bottom line, you might say, in the end. And so I am presenting John Biphart with the Extra Mile Award for his generous contributions supporting the expense of Sing-Along Messiah.
Well, aren't you?
Jackie Reinhardt, come on up here. We haven't gotten the money back, by the way, yet. But I firmly believe that we will. It's a little over $10,000. It's important to us because we want to pass it along to Alan to use. And so I'm just really pleased to recognize Jackie Reinhardt's stellar effort.
This is for diligence?
Yeah. Now my eyes are tearing and I can't read it. Oh, tenacity, that's always worth. Yes, for her tenacity and endurance in pursuing the return of funds raised for dinner reserves since February 2020.
No pressure. I think I'll have to make a personal donation if they don't return our funds.
Did you record that?
I think Lynn probably got it for Instagram.
I got it.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for being here today. We'll see what's coming next year. We'll do our best to roll with it, and hope to see you all again sometime soon.